Good day, Swiss esports fans and practitioners. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're healthy and you're ready for events again, as the Swiss Esports League by Brock season finals are upon us and teams fought their way through the Clincher Cups and the Playoffs to make it to the last few but probably most important rounds of this year's spring. My name is Reto and as always I'm here to give you a little overview of the last few weeks inside Switzerland's most popular esports league. In Rocket League, our admin's prediction was pretty on point, the only exception here being that FGS Centurion is not gonna make it into the Challengers division. Starting with the Clincher Cups between the Open and Intermediate division, it was pretty clear from the beginning that Pink Panthers would be promoted and Ladies First would probably hold their spot in the Intermediate division. Same goes for B&W Splash, they hold their spot in the Intermediate division, which goes to show you that experience matters a lot in esports. The Clincher Cup between the Intermediate and the Challengers division had a lot of potential for a set of intense matches. Unfortunately, Mighty Talents had to forfeit the cup, which led to a little bit less eventful lower bracket final. In the end, Quantum Rocketeers managed to beat Miss Esports and Vision Gaming, thus securing them the well-deserved spot inside the Challengers division, contrary to our admin's prediction. The Challengers Premier Clincher Cup is believed to be the most competitive and the hardest one to get through. We therefore deemed it unlikely that any Challengers team would make the ascent into the Premier's division. Rocket Felines and Zug Esports had a pretty impressive run, with Zug Esports even making it quite far in the cup, but not being able to secure themselves even one single game against a Premier Division team. I really don't want to repeat myself, but yeah, experience. Although all four teams managed to finish the regular season with a tie in points, Edelweiss Esports was the one to qualify themselves pretty convincingly for the grand final, the shortest way possible, all the way through the upper bracket. And oh boy, this lower bracket final had it all. A constant back and forth between Lausanne Esports and Slightly Salty in very tight and intense rounds, but in the end it was Lausanne Esports who had to finally admit defeat. So the grand final is clear, it's Edelweiss Esports against Slightly Salty, and we're curious to see if the eternal series of successes of the Swiss Powerflowers will continue or if their opponents manage to leave them with a salty aftertaste. We're getting to Rainbow Six Siege, where Mindsanity once more manages to pull a real Cinderella story here. Maybe we'll get another Summer Merli in a week, because it seems that them boys around Neox and Sharks somehow got their shit together and clapped every single team in the lower bracket. Even Social Esports, which had previously beaten them 2-0 and made them descend in the lower bracket in the first place. And so it comes that we're getting a rematch from the Switzerland finals, Mindsanity against Noetic. I'm hyped and eager to see if the Mad Lads can pull it off one more time. On a less happier note, Social Esports and Monte Chablais Esports decided to disband after their current season. Hopefully we'll see them compete soon again. Quite a lot going on in our biggest game in Switzerland, in CSGO, where the Premier Division Playoffs and the Clincher Cups were happening over the last days. Starting with the Clincher Cups between the Open Division and the Challengers Division, where we had 4 teams applying for a Challengers Division spot, but we only had 3 spots to give away, so someone was about to go home empty-handed. While Vale Esports and Virtual Ethics Origins managed to win their upper bracket final matches and were chilling, Venina Gate called an ambulance and rode it right back into the Challengers Division, leaving Arctic Wasabi behind. Feels bad, man, but see you in the Open Division, boys. The Clincher Cup between the Challengers Division and the Premier Division kinda went the same way. We had 4 teams competing, but only 3 spots to give away, so someone was about to be unhappy. Bobos Gaming and Virtual Ethics managed to both win their upper bracket matches, so they knew that their spot was basically secured. Silent and Fragbox had to go through the lower bracket to stay in the Premier Division. Vision Gaming, coming from the Challengers Division, managed to beat Fragbox Gaming in a nail-baiting series over 3 maps. Congratulations, and we're looking forward to see you play in the Premier Division next season. Not too much outrageous happened in the Premier Division Playoffs. Gaijin beat both Prefu and Red Instinct, with Rigon helping out while dropping a 30 bomb to secure Gaijin the first spot in the Grand Finals. Mindsanity nearly claimed their 3rd final spot with Strike Reaper in Hearthstone and their Rainbow Six Siege team, but their CSGO squad fell short to Red Instinct, which will now be facing Gaijin in the Grand Finals. And as we all know, Gaijin versus Red Instinct is going to deliver. As I already mentioned in the last episode, Hearthstone at the moment seems to be pretty predictable, which kinda speaks for the game if you ask me, because this is not always the case. Nice to see that our admin's crystal sphere is working as intended. Not a lot of surprises going into the spring season finals here, but we're going to have a Röstigraben battle once more. Bozo, which by the way already has 3 SEL trophies at home, is going and try to grab his 4th one in a few days when he will face the current champion Strike Reaper. With Strike being the reigning champion and considered one of the best Hearthstone players our country has to offer, this final promises to be a banger. The two even added some spice to the finals menu as they already clashed in the winner bracket leading up to the finals, where Bozo managed to defeat Strike Reaper in a clean 3-0 victory. A special shout out goes out to my boys Gap and Ododo, with Gap nearly making it into the finals and Ododo delivering a show during his first appearance and season of the league. Congratulations. This has already been the 4th episode of the Swiss Esports League by Brock News Glitch. Thank you all for coming by and watching. We'll see each other in a few days at our grand finals.